Yeah. Hair flip. Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip. Yeah. Oh my god. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on these hoes. Hi. Hair flip. So hair flip, I'm back. I know y'all miss me. It's not the same when a bad bitch is not in the game. Okay. So hair flip, I'm here with my friend. Yeah. So y'all know my boo is in the building. Y'all know I love him. I love the official King Pain. I've been a huge fan of him for a very long time, although he came for me, when we first, whatever. But we let bygones be bygones because we both, realized we're badass bitches. So, here, flip. So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really not going to waste any time because I'm so excited that he is here. So, because I really ever have guests. So, now that we have somebody, let's talk to him. Shit. So, hair flip. Bringing up on, drop some crowns in the chat. Drop a whole bunch of crowns. I'm not bringing him up until I say a whole bunch of crowns. We say a whole bunch of crowns. Royalty is in the building, beach. Y'all tried it. The king is in the building. Whether they like it or not. So drop a whole bunch of crowns in our motherfucking chat. For the official King Pain. Right? He run around here doing this thing. Okay, okay. Y'all got to put that many crowns down. Wait a minute. Y'all try to steal my show. This is still my show. What? I don't like him. I like you. Well, we love King Pain. Okay, that's right. I didn't even hit that. Hair flip. So, period. Period is in the building. Without further ado, King Pain.
Okay. Oh, period. Periana to the period.
Let him know.
What's good? Okay. I know that's right.
Hi, yeah. King Pain.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh my God, I love you.
I love you too, Sean. What's
so
poppin'?
I've been watching you. I've been like low-key stalking you. But hair flip, I've been watching. I'm really enjoying you on shout out to Chasing Reality for having you, because this is the new installment of their Chasing series. LA is new, and you're running like the front runners, like from the show, the whole cast, all of you guys are. So shout out to all of you, for spearheading, this new journey within the show. Shout out to you. How has it been? How are you? Like, what's going on, King Pain?
I'm good. Everything is good. It's up from here. So, I'm just excited for what God has in store for me.
Absolutely.
Period. What's going on with you? What's up?
Running around here doing these documentaries, getting in trouble, getting cussed out. Everybody cussed me out. All of that is fine. We're still going to do it. We're still going to do it. But anyway, I'm fine. Just running around, keeping this show moving, keeping the engine going, keeping the ideas flowing, like we always do. As content creators, we always looking for the next best thing or what, our audience wants from us. So just, the grind, just, you know it just like I know you're a fellow, creator yourself. So with being a fellow creator, how do you feel like that impacts you within the show? Like a lot of people, don't necessarily, know you as, King Pain, the content creator. They kind of see you as coming in as more so of like an artist or like you're in the studio, more so of that. So how has that, like, has it affected your YouTube? Has like the numbers changed or has the audience changed? The comments changed? How is that?
Well, I feel like it's time to make these girls put some respect on us content creators' name, okay? Because we are the real movers and shakers out here, okay? Absolutely. We the ones that promote and push these artists, this music, these celebrities, everything. We the real hustle and the bustle of the entertainment industry, and it's time to make these girls put some respect on our name. As far as my YouTube channel I haven't really been active a lot lately, but that's all changing. I was busy doing the show, and then I was still doing the gentleman's panel, and all the other things that I do. I have my barbershop, I have my hairline, and I was just doing a lot of things, and I get exhausted, and Sometimes I just don't want to be live.
No, absolutely. I get it. No, I get it. Because I be having that feeling too. And I'm like, but we gotta feed the people, So it's just like if we don't feed them, they will go straight, they get hungry, and they start looking up. I'll be like, why is all y'all over here? And I'll be, looking at always what y'all doing over here? And then I'll be like, oh well, I haven't been live, and things like that, so they're gonna go, seek elsewhere, so but it's my job to bring those people back in like you do, you take responsibility for that, saying, I haven't been as active as I wanted to with my, my channel, but I will be, that's going to be changing. So, kudos to you for that, because a lot of content creators don't take that responsibility. They feel because they have a personal life that it's just cool that they, excuse the channel. Well, I can't worry about that right now because my personal life. Okay, well, let your people know, I got stuff going on, but as soon as I can get back to y'all, and you're the same way. So as a subscriber, I appreciate it.
Okay, on period. Yeah, I never take that long off. Because I understand that I do have an audience and I do have people that I have to, like you said, feed, in a sense. So I never take that long off. You know what I'm saying? I know I have a job to do, and I does it, and that's on period.
Yeah, hair flip. So, King Payne, why you cussing people out already on this show?
What?
You heard me? Yes, like you didn't waste no time. I noticed that. I'm like, he didn't waste no time.
So I know it seems like it's me, but there was so much stuff that they cut out of that scene. It was just so much stuff that it looks like I'm the antagonizer, but I promise y'all that I'm not. But I just figured that they needed somebody to be the bad guy, and I guess they had already, made it in their head that official King Payne is coming into LA. I said something about shaking the room, shaking the table, and they used that, and it was like, okay, he's the bad guy type of thing. But I assure you that, if they were to play the other clips, okay, Andre was the one shaking the table that day. I had one question, like we was playing a game and everybody had questions, okay?
Right.
And you were supposed to go around the table with the questions or whatever. Like you have the question. So either you could ask your question, or if you was too pussy to ask the question, you could pass it on or whatever. So that was a question that I asked, that I was given, and it said who I don't see it for. And I had already discussed with Hershey, about the whole, thing about the drags and the money and all the stuff. And I didn't want to hurt anybody feeling at the table because I had just met everyone. So I just said, I had re-said something that I had already said earlier to Hershey. So that's what that was. So it made it seem like it was all of this. But honestly, when it was said, Hershey didn't have nothing to say. So I don't understand what all the frustration is today.
Okay.
Because this was in October.
So you said the frustration today.
Yeah, because she's tagging me in posts, and I guess she's feeling some type of way.
Okay.
But yeah, it is what it is, bro.
So I know a lot of y'all probably know what we're talking about. Some of y'all do, some of y'all don't. We are talking about Chasing Reality, Chasing LA. So make sure y'all go check that out. We're actually going to get into a clip so that you guys know where we're coming from. So make sure you go check out Chasing Reality and check out the LA season with King Payne especially. But they have Dallas, Atlanta, they have other seasons as well. But make sure you check out LA with the official King Payne. So let's
that's just on period.
Period.
I'm better than sexy. So whenever you see this go like this, it's either hot or it's dusty or it's something I don't agree with. Somebody making it out. And
like I told you earlier, I see Missy Elliott. I can't stand the rain. I see the trash man right now, like Missy Elliott, and she's sickening. So you should live.
The trash of it all, girl, could police. A pussy hole can never.
So this is the incident that we are talking about, y'all. Hershey was the one that was referring to King Payne in the clip as Missy Elliott from I Can't Stand the Rain. Speaking of
no. That's Andre.
Oh, that's my fault. I'm sorry. It's a lot of
Andre.
It's new, so no shade. It's new. My fault. Andre.
And Andre had really been making it up that night. See, y'all already know the official Kingpin. The official Kingpin keep it lit, and the pussy hole could always never. So Andre had been going around the table, and if you notice, I'm like 2 people away from Andre, and he went clockwise around the table. Mm-hmm. So he had dragged everybody already. Because he had some kind of question and said say something about everybody you see here. So he took the opportunity to like drag everybody around the table. Like I don't know like what he got going on with productions or the producers and why they're not showing how he was acting the fool that night. But he was very much so acting an ass that night. So he went around the table and he was dragging everybody. And when he got to me, I was like, oh no, a pussy hole could never. You gonna come for me when you look like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always the girls that look like that. You know what I'm saying? That want to come for you. Like, girl, could you at least look like something? You know what I'm saying? Over there looking like Akon's daughter. You know what I'm saying? Over there looking like a kickboxing cricket. Okay? Over there looking like a black TV screen. What are you talking about, daughter? You know what I'm saying? Like, I cannot.
King of the Pain. Where was the hostility? Like, where did that come from?
Well, this is
did me. You guys already not like each other? Because no. I mean, it just came out of nowhere.
It did. He came for me out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I came for him. It was a back and forth exchange. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I didn't show up that day looking to ruffle no feathers. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was intimidated by my presence. Mm-hmm. Okay. And when he got to me, he wanted to say the Missy Elliott stuff. And everybody thought that he was giving a compliment. They was like, oh, well, that was nice. He was like, no, I want you guys to understand it. It's the trash for me. Like basically saying that I look like trash in a trash bag like Missy Elliott from the video. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, a pussy hole could never. I said, if I look like Missy Elliott, you look like Akon. And he do. You know what I'm saying?
I have no comment because I don't know him, so no shade. So I'm not shading him. But I did notice how he got to say what he wanted to say to you, and then as soon as you started to say what you wanted to say, he kind of like turned up, and like came up from the table and all that. And I just didn't feel like all that was necessary. I'm just like, well, if you got to sit there and I mean, you got to do all of that, and then he starts to say something, and as soon as he starts to say something, you want to jump up from the table. It's like, for what?
And I don't do the girl standing above me. I don't know who she was. I don't know how she was doing that matrix trick over there that she was doing, because we was outside. We was outside and we was out. You know how it was COVID. It's still COVID. So they had us outside, and we was in the street, and the street was crooked. We wasn't even supposed to be sitting like that. And he wanted to sit at the end of the
crooked. What?
The street was uneven like this. The street was like this.
One of them roads.
Yeah, and he wanted to sit at the table so bad, at the head of the table so bad. He only had 2 legs on the ground. If you go back and look at the video, he's leaning like this. Because he wanted to sit at the head of the table so motherfucking bad. So when I said that stuff about him, he must have almost fell out that chair, and that's why he jumped up, right? But I don't do the girls standing above me. So when he stood up, I stood up. You know what I'm saying? Was we standing? Is we standing because I'm here for whatever you here for?
Standing up today.
Are we standing up today? The girls want to make like the official King Payne came to be messy. I didn't come to be messy. But you be a pussy hole if you want, and you allow somebody to stand above you and point their finger in your face. You do that. But I ain't no pussy over here. Okay? And if you ever, anybody, right. I don't care if you look like Darth Vader. I don't care if you look like Alien versus Predator. If you stand above me and you stick your crispy mother-sucking sausage fingers in my face, I'm going to come for you.
Well, we don't
do the period.
We just don't do the hands.
We don't do the hands.
We don't do the hands. Like, don't stand up. Like, and that's what I'm saying. I didn't feel there was a need for him to stand up. I felt like if you can dish it, you can take it. You're sitting here dishing it. So take it. And
everybody know what it means when the girls get to clapping and stuff. He started doing like this. So I start walking around the table. I start walking around. I thought, oh, you really want it with this. You really want smoke. So I start walking around the table, and that's when he started doing, Oh, if he would have came over here, he would have got because you know the security and all the people, Quan and stuff was like, you know,
King
jumping in
Andre said if you came around that motherfucker's table, he was gonna beat your ass.
We'll see.
Oh, okay. He said he come across this table with that fan bitch. Like that's what I
Hey.
table with that fan bitch. But yeah, I just didn't feel like it needed to get there. You know, I'm just like,
you know, well, I didn't feel like that either. I really came out to make friends that night.
Yeah, it's like chill out. You know, I would have been like, calm down. You know, like I don't know if you did you come.
It was the first night that we met. Everybody was, you know, I guess was trying to fulfill a.
But you were outside. But you were outside. That's, I mean, I understand. You know, like the HBIC type of situation. Everybody has to put their foot down, you know, and let it be known. You know, no different than the question. Oh, what was the young man? I'm sorry, I want to say people's name.
Andre,
the one who said to you, King Payne, why do you have a fan? It's 58 degrees. Who said that?
Oh, that was Jeremy.
Okay, so Jeremy saying that to you. Okay, clearly that's shade, but it's no reason to jump up from a table. So it's like you answered. You know, so I mean, it wasn't a reason for you to get up like, because I got a fan, bitch. So like that, like there's no reason for all of that. It's just like
I don't even know. I think he was just gaslighting the whole situation, because if you look up the weather, okay, out here in Los Angeles right now, and the weather in October, it's very much so cold out here and windy. Okay. So you guys can come for my coats all you want to, but those jackets are very expensive.
Period.
And that's
just like you had on like a paste coat, you know, something like that. Like this ain't Bugle Boy. So here Flint, you know. So, but I just didn't feel like it was necessary. And you guys were outside, so with y'all being outside, that's embarrassing. You know, like I mean, you got people, you know, out there. I understand, you know, the whole I'm about to put my foot down, you know, because with your energy, because you do have a presence, you know, you have a big personality. So with you having that, it does seem a little. People feel like they have to come for you, you know, more so, you know, just because you are dominating, like with your energy. So it's like when the camera is around you, your personality is going to take to where the camera is going to be pointed at you often. So it's like, well, people need to come for that person. You know, they will antagonize that person to where they see it as getting the natural attention, you know, versus to, I have to hoop and holler or get into an argument in order for them to point the camera at me. Other than that, they really don't point the camera at me. You know, because you have those people in the seasons to where you kind of forget about, you know, because they're kind of dull. You know, they're
forgot about Andre. Grill, you forgot about him already, Grill. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, you're absolutely right. Like when I first got there, I could tell that something was off with them. Like Fran and Andre was already together. They're like birds of a feather. You know what I'm saying? Freaking frat. Flea and tick, you know. So they was when I got there, they was me mugging and looking at me, and I didn't know. Nobody knew anybody that day. But we went to Hamburger Mary's is an LGBT friendly establishment. They have like the drag shows there, so it was gay men around. So I'm not knowing who is who. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who on the show yet. We don't know nothing. This is literally our first time meeting each other. But when I walked in, freaking frat.
Oh, they didn't like you on site?
They didn't like me on site.
Oh, you're an evil bitch.
They didn't like me on site. They already knew who it was because all the producers were talking to me, giving me hugs and all this stuff. When I got there, people moved. You know, you know what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? People were like, "Oh, King,
yeah."
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, nobody was checking for them. Nobody. They was over there looking dusty, sitting at the table in their key sweat outfits and their skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know why he wanted this smoke. But like I tell people all the time, like I'm a very good friend, but I'm a formidable enemy. If you want problems, come this way. Because I'll give you what you want.
No, period. Shout out to the chat. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get to y'all questions, but Courtney say you carry too much power, period. There's no one says, Sean, you would not be calm. You would not be like, calm down. No, honestly, like in that type of situation to where I'm just getting to meet somebody, to know somebody, I don't know them. So I would say calm down, and if they don't calm down, if they can't calm down, then that's when I know, okay, now I need to get on my guard, because now I don't know you. I don't know what you're capable of. So, now it's another story, because I've told you, and I will tell a person like, calm down, like it's really not that serious to where we outside in the public to where you need to be hooping and hollering to the top of your lungs, and you're black. Like, let's not give something, people, something to talk about, if there's a problem. But there wasn't an issue. Like, there was no reason for him to respond like that. Like somebody just literally called him out of his name, or somebody just called him the N-word or the F-word, just something foul, or disrespectful. You're being disrespectful in this moment, low key, by stating what you're stating about King Payne. You know that this is shade. You know it is, because if something isn't shade, you're not going to say no shade. So somebody that says no shade is about to shade you. Like that. That's just
exactly.
So
exactly. So he was being shady, but honestly, a lot of people saying, "Oh, why does it have to be the two dark-skinned brothers on the show?" And honestly, from day one, I've always felt that way. You could ask the other cast members, that I've talked to about this situation. I always felt really bad that it was us two carrying on like this, and we're the only two, dark complexion people on the show. So I was just like, this is going to make it look, there's already so many stereotypes surrounding dark skin and stuff like that. I was like, you just, I'm not no pussy. So if it's up, then it's stuck. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in my head, I'm looking at him. I'm like, you just making us look bad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You making us look bad. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to come for me on TV, on camera, off camera, anytime and think that you're going to get away with it. And that's just on period.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. But like you said, it's that, it's like that first day of school, everybody coming with the new outfits on, everybody trying to, like low key competing without competing, because that's what it is. So it's like y'all being put in this room to where the camera's being put onto y'all. You want to be known immediately. You want people to know that, you're that bitch. And if somebody tries to sit down and tries to make it seem as if they're that person, they're going to show you that you aren't. Like, they're going to put you in that place. And that's what was happening, within that moment. He was coming for you like, you're not that bitch. Okay, well, if I'm not that bitch, if I'm sitting with those bitches, prove it. And jumping up, hooping and hollering, that's not proving it. You sitting there and holding your ground with this conversation would have proved that. So I was kind of disappointed in Andre. I would have preferred if he, would have kept the kiki, going with you. Because at that moment in time, it was the kiki. I felt like y'all could have gotten over that, quickly. But it's like you're escalating it now. Because, when you standing up and all of that stuff, now you in another arena. Now you want to, if I have to fight you, I will. Type of situation. When you first meeting people, you don't want to think in your mind that like you're going to get into a physical altercation, with this person. You're meeting to see who you could become cool with, not who's my enemy. And that's kind of like what it felt like. What do you think?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. He has a very, very nasty spirit. The entire time he was trying to place himself above the other cast members, saying, "Oh, you guys are all chasing your dream. I'm the only one here living my dream." These are his words. And I don't know why they not showing this, but several times he stood above us and he was like, "I'm living my dream. These girls are chasing their dream." And he would stand above us. And every time he stood up, girl, I stood up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not standing over me. I don't know who you think you are, Miss Thing. I don't know who you in good with on the production. I don't know who you friends with. But ain't no hoe gonna come out here. We all bleed the same. And if you don't believe me, I'll show you. You know what I'm saying? We all bleed the same. So, yeah, it was very much so him trying to position himself as the HBIC of the show. And it was very much so me having to let him know that the position is not available. Because if there was going to be HIBIC, it's not going to be.
Look, now you can't be no bitch. And when people be a bitch back in return, now you don't got to play the devil's advocate. Because you do have that mentality. You do have that, I'm that bitch. So you already know people don't come for you. Just because you have that like spirit, like us. Like
I feel like we all can be kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? I don't I don't carry myself
You
like
didn't say
I'm
that
the
at
only
the
king in the
table.
room. I'm not like
at the table. You did not say
well,
that
at the table. I felt like he did like
only be
I felt
one.
like well, I felt like he did some research on me at the table because I don't know if you caught the part where he was like, "Oh, off with your head, something. I'm the king or something." I was like, "Girl, it sounded like you sounded like me right now, girl. I'm the girl that say off with your head." You know what I'm saying? If anybody gonna be off with a girl head at this table, it's gonna be the official King Payne. Like, you know how you gonna use me on me? You know what I'm saying? So it was immediately some kind of it was immediately shade. You know, he was being shady on top of more shade. Like, girl, you using me on top of me, and then you insulting me. Like he want like somebody told him to come for the official King Payne. Because when I got there, like I said, he immediately was me mugging, looking all funny and shit. I don't know if his face just set up like that, but you know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling it at all.
So why do you feel like he didn't? Okay, because we're not going to get into it because I didn't pull that clip up. Why do you feel that he didn't come to your party, the little party you had at the strip of the pole dancing class?
Because he's a sissy.
Okay, Kingpin. So do you think it's because of the event, or was it because of the exchange in between time?
Well, at the event, at the sit down, I told him that if he had anything to say to me about me in reference to me, then you can call me. You can pick up your phone. You could let me know. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to go around running my name through the streets as if you know me, because you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? If you have anything to say to me, say it to me. And by the time my event was like a week after that sit down. He had already contacted the other cast members, was dragging me, you know, talking about everybody was there, everybody seen what happened. You know what I'm saying? But he has this mentality where he was trying to put together like this team or, you know, form these alliances or whatever. So he was like contacting the other cast members, you know, just trying to check their temperature to see, you know, how they felt about me after
If they
that.
hated you or not, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so like bad bitches linking up. Like, do you guys hate him as much as me? If so, we should get lunch.
A period.
That's like, what it is. Okay, hair flip. So,
exactly.
So we're gonna get to another clip. Period. We're gonna get into another clip, and we will go from there.
What's your fan?
I'm gonna have to see what they do. You know, you might have to fuck with a real boss, R&B boss, baby.
Okay.
Let's not even get into what SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Star look like. Let's keep Star gets nothing from me.
She said it was the way you look. So then,
I don't even do the whole man.
So both of you guys are shady right here. Okay, okay, this is Jayla, correct?
Jayla.
Okay,
yes.
And the person's name that she's talking about, I'm sorry.
Is Alicia.
Alicia. Okay, so yeah, that's why she said they on Alicia. I know it's keys. Ooh, shady boots. Oh, so okay, let's listen one more time.
Gets nothing from me.
She said it was the way you look. So then,
hold on.
Let's keep Star gets nothing from boss, baby.
Period.
Let's not even get into what SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Star look like. Let's keep Star gets nothing from me.
She said it.
So both of you are being extremely shady right here. What's tea with Jayla and Alicia? I feel like, because you already know how I felt. I just felt bad that two, you know, because I know Jayla's trans, correct?
Yes.
And is Alicia as well?
Yes.
Okay. So with that being said, I was kind of annoyed that the two trans women that should get along because they have the most in common, like, who in this group, out of all of you gay guys, all you queers, that are going to understand her better, Jayla better than Alicia? So I'm like, y'all go through the same struggles. Y'all have the same worries. Y'all have the same threats. Like, y'all I mean, I'm like, what is this? I would have preferred them be like besties. Like, I mean, because that would make sense. I mean, not because it's like forced. It's just out of what's understood doesn't have to be explained. It's kind of like two black girls hanging out at an all white event. or at all. You work in corporate and everybody pretty much white, and you see this one black girl that you spoke to once, so you just go kind of talk to her just because you will feel more understood by talking to her, less dumbass questions like how'd you get your hair like that, and like stuff like that. You more is understood. So it's like you will go to that person just because, and some black people are offended by that. They feel like, oh well, just because I'm black doesn't mean that you have to talk to me. Like you have some people that, but most black people, they're okay with, because they was already like sitting here looking at all these white people like, I don't feel like talking to these motherfuckers my way. So it's like you come in, so it's like cool. So it's like the same thing with Jayla. I would feel like Jayla and Alicia would be like, all of these gay dudes around, it's nice, to have somebody that looks like me, familiar to me, that I can have, decent conversations with. A lot of stuff with Jayla and Alicia is already understood. A lot of questions that you may have for Jayla, or that I will have for Jayla, or that I will have for Alicia, they already understand it, with each other. So I was hoping for that, but to see that they combated each other immediately, that kind of like, that felt like a letdown for me. But
I don't know if it was something in the water, if it was something in the air, if it was something in the weed that we hit Offset. I don't know what it was, girl. But when you find out what this argument was over, okay, so after being Andre little thing, things did calm down. I know it don't look like it in the episode, but things calmed down and things went back up. You know what I'm saying? So we was having a conversation about my name, the official King Pain, and they was wondering where I got my name from. And when I had said my name, Andre had kind of scuffled, like, or something. You know what I'm saying? Something, and then Jayla was like, wait. If you king, then I'm the queen.
right.
Something like that, right? And then like, no shade, like 3 minutes before that, Fran had a question, and Fran's question was to go and say something nice about everybody at the table. And Fran got to Alicia, and he said that she looked like a princess, right? So I don't know. I guess that stuck with Alicia. So when Jayla said that she wanted to be the queen, if she was like, if you the king, I'm the queen, or whatever, because we were sitting next to each other. Jayla's kind of goofy like that, you know what I'm saying? She was like, oh, you can, oh, because we was introducing herself. She was like, oh, you can, oh, I'm the queen then, whoop whoop. And I just like, mind you, he's sitting at the head of the table, so he think he's somebody, whatever. He just, he felt like when people seen him at the head of the table, on the show, that they would think that, he's kind of grand or whatever. I'm like, girl, please. I'm not about to sit over there and do the Matrix and damn near break my neck trying to look like something I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, none of us is the HBIC. Like, this is the first day. You know what I'm saying? He trying to sit at the head of the table, make it look like, oh, I'm above these girls. I'm set apart from these girls. Well, anyway, she said that she the queen. And when she said that she was the queen, Alicia was like, well, if she the queen, then...
Wait a minute. What's with the shade?
Girl, I don't know what's with the shade. She was like, I'm a queen. And then Alicia was basically letting her know there can't be two queens. I'm the queen. And then everybody was like, and then Fran interjected himself, and he was like, nobody, like, it wasn't shade when I was saying that she was a princess. We all could be like queens. And then when Fran talked, the reason why they got into it, because when Fran was trying to, kind of take back what he said, was like, no, baby, it wasn't like that. I was just saying that you're beautiful, like as you're a beautiful princess. He didn't mean like you were lesser than a queen. Like, he was just saying when he said that it was beautiful. The queen conversation hadn't came up until I said that my name is the official King Pain.
Right.
So then Fran interjected, and she was like, no, don't say nothing to me. You are a man. And then Fran got upset because I guess he identifies as non-binary, and he was like, well, if I'm a man, then you are also. So that's where all that transphobia came from, because yeah, they was going back and forth about who is the queen of the show.
So with that being said, you don't think that it was already some animosity there? Because I mean, there are a lot of attractive gay males, that were around that are also may have some interest in trans women. So you don't feel that took a play, with that energy being around. It's kind of like two heterosexual women going in on each other in a room of like heterosexual men.
I think they were both. I think that they are both very beautiful, and then I guess that can be intimidating at times. Especially when we all just meeting and people are rallying for the position of fan favorite or HBIC or whatever. So it was a lot of shade being thrown that night. I don't know what it was. Like I was saying. But I deal with my shade head on. Other people may hold it until the show is released. You know what I'm saying? Hold it in, because like I said, there was things said at the table and people didn't have nothing to say that night. Okay, it wasn't until the show came out and it showed them looking like a pussy hole on air that they want to go and make posts and tag their King Pain in it. Okay, you didn't have nothing to say that night. Okay, you wasn't standing up for the drags or the girls that night. Okay, remember that. Okay, because the pussy hole could never. Could never. You don't have none of that energy that
You are always throwing shade. You are always throwing shade. Kickback, be nice.
It's not shady if it's head on. You know what I'm saying? It's only shady if it's underhanded.
Yeah.
This is not See, the difference between the shade that I throw is direct. A lot of people throw underhanded shade and expect you to catch the subliminal, and you got to be quick. You got to be one of the girls to catch the shade most of the time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like throw underhanded shade. But the shade that I throw, anybody can get it. Little kids can get the shade that I throw because I'm talking about you when I'm talking about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the trash of it or like making you have to. Oh, girl, are you calling me trash or what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? So that's why me and Andre got into it because she throwing underhanded shade and she couldn't take my direct shade. You know what I'm saying? Because she talking about underhandedly trying to say I'm look like Missy. But when I call her Akon, she damn near about to cry. You know what I'm saying? She was about to cry.
Well, I mean,
she even contacted me afterwards and was like, my image is very important to me. So if you can just watch some of the things that you say about me, you know what I'm saying? No, girl. No, girl. She was doing, girl, I don't know why they didn't show this, but she was body shaming me that day, talking about she's thin, trim, and in. She's thin, trim, and in. And she was calling me fat and big and all of these things.
God.
Yes, girl. And they didn't show none of that. They didn't show none of that. All you guys see is me coming for her and the rest of the people. But like I said, it didn't start with me. I didn't come that night being shady. I didn't know none of that. I'm not even from LA. This is my first night in LA going. Who goes out their first night in a new city?
You walked in though. You walked in like you run LA. You walked in Natalie Nunn.
Well, you know what?
LA.
You know what? In my defense, okay, I did give the other girls a chance to show me what LA is like. You know what I'm saying? Because I can go to Atlanta and I'm in. I can go to San Francisco and I'm in. You know what I'm saying? I have my connects. You know what I'm saying? In LA, I got not as many connects, but I go to places and I'm in. You know what I'm saying? So these girls are talking about they from LA, they run LA, they living their dreams. You know what I'm saying? But whenever the cast want to link up and go somewhere, they don't ever have nowhere for us to go. The official King Pain is always the one putting the things together. The official King Pain is always and there was one point during the season where I got a call from the producers and told me that I need to stop getting the girls together because they were missing too much, because the girls will come out and still try to be shady when we're trying to have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time I had this event at Tequila's.
But I mean, you were trying to take over the fucking season, bitch. Well, you came in and took over. I love it. Yeah. I love it. You done came in and took over. Production called you like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And it's so crazy because even Hershey was coming to, every time I would call her, she would answer and she would come out to whatever I was having. she was at the tequilas she was at tequilas there. So I invited. So this is right after Hamburger Mary's. I invited everybody to tequilas for drinks, or whatnot. Hershey came, Jayla came, Jeremy came. Almost everybody came. Almost everybody came except for freaking Frat. Okay, Flea and Tick. Okay, and then so I guess they was with Jeremy before when I invited him. They was with Jeremy earlier that day when I invited him. So Jeremy shows up to my event or whatever. My little sit down, little gathering. It's not really an event, but I have a table at Tequila. So he comes to my table or whatever, and Andre comes in, it's face mask time. Face mask, hoodie on, tied up. You can't really see, black glasses on. You can't see who he is. And he walks right past me and sit his raggedy ass at my table. You know what I'm saying? And then he takes his glasses off and he takes his beanie off and all the shit. And girl, like, there's no cameras around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will whoop your ass.
Wait a minute.
Like, don't you ever, disrespect. First of all, I told Jeremy and I told Andre, don't you ever disrespect me like that. I don't know who y'all think I am, but that's not what it is. Okay, I immediately turned up because I'm not that bitch. Don't you disrespect. First of all, you're uninvited. I didn't invite you here. You know what I'm saying? So, but no shade. We all just met each other and nobody else there had any animosity towards him like the animosity I had towards him. You know what I'm saying? Because, they didn't get into it with him the first day. So, me, trying to stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And, trying to be the bigger person. I allowed them to keep my table, and I left. You know what I'm saying? I seen them because when he got there, they wanted to see him. Like, Jayla, they all wanted to see him. So I allowed them to stay there, sit at my table or whatever, and enjoy themselves. I left. You know what I'm saying? And not only did I leave, I didn't talk to anybody after that for at least a week. All the girls was pressed like, oh, the official Kingpin not answering my call. The official Kingpin not talking to me. Woo, woo, woo. What's going on with the official Kingpin? I wanted you guys to get to know your friend, Andre. Y'all want to know him so bad? Go ahead, because he's not my type of people. So I'm going to let y'all figure that out for yourself, because I can tell already.
You need to be nice.
Well, girl, in my defense, that same night when I left them with their friend, he cussed them all out that night and almost tried to fight Jayla that night, the trans woman.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Got all in her face, was pointing and calling her outside of her name and being very disrespectful.
Well, hold on, wait a minute, because now speaking of Jayla, now we got to get into Jayla.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like Jayla. I don't have a problem with Jayla, but like as a viewer, as somebody that's watching, like this is no tea, no shade, like towards her, because I would just shade her because I'm not scared of her. Nobody she can go get. But hair flip. So but is she a fake ass bitch? I mean, because it's kind of seeming like that a little bit.
What you mean fake?
Okay, she's like low key, a fake ass bitch. So if I had a table in this show, and she wouldn't be sitting at it. And the reason why I say that is because we don't do the message deliverers. So you don't deal with Andre. She knows you don't deal with Andre. So if Andre has something to say and Andre is not present, she does not need to be the person announcing it. So I just feel like if he's not there, if he didn't show up somewhere, if he didn't contact anybody and let anybody know that he was not going to show up, especially if it was your event and she's supposed to be your friend, she shouldn't have said anything. I feel like, who gives a fuck if you spoke to Andre South? Like, you're King Payne. So, like, there's no reason for that. You can still be cool with Andre. Just keep that between y'all two. If he's not here to speak for himself, he's not going to be spoken for if it's up to me. I mean, you're sitting in the studio with King Payne. That's what I saw. Andre was nowhere in sight. So, I don't understand that. Like, one of your questions was, why are you sitting here alone? Like, I was surprised that Jalen was at the studio by herself. Where was Andre? So, yeah, I'm going to need her to pick a team and stay on it. So, as a viewer, like I said, she's low-key kind of looking like a fake-ass bitch to me, girl. It's like, we don't do that. We don't do you can't be the mailman. You can't
You're absolutely right. In her defense, we had all just met, and this was after the Hamburger Mary's and the tequila thing. This is all perfect timing. I'm glad that you brought this up, because this is right after the whole thing happened at Tequila's, and I stopped talking to them. Okay, so then, after a couple days, or, almost a week, I started talking back to Jayla or whatever, because I feel like we're from the same area, we're from the same city. You know what I'm saying? So we have the same area code on our phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? Our families live in the same place. So I thought that was very cool. So I wanted to be cool with Jayla, because you know what I'm saying. We know a lot of the same people. Like we didn't know each other.
A cool girl. She seems cool.
Yeah, we didn't know each other before the show, but we knew each other after that. So so Jayla actually rode with me in the car to my event that day. I picked her up and she came with me to the pole event that day. And I was in the car with her when Andre called her. And she put it on speakerphone.
So you were in the car because you side-eyed the hell out of her, like when she said something. So
I already knew what she was doing. I already knew. That's why I side-eyed her. But the conversation,
Jayla, girl, this ain't looking good for you, girl. This ain't looking good.
The conversation in the car was, she said, "King, what should I do?" We all just met. We on the show, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't control nothing that you do. I told her like this. I said, "Do whatever you want to do, because that's what I'm gonna do." You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not going to pretend for the cameras. If you do that, you're gonna see King Payne. King Payne gonna come. Okay? I want you as my friend to get up there and deliver a message for my enemy. I want you to do that, because, girl, I'm gonna have to check you.
I mean,
that's just no period.
That spoke. I was just like, okay, well, girl, they don't like each other. So I mean, it ain't like you don't need to. I mean, like there's what I'm saying. Like, I don't expect her not to like Andre. No, that's fine. Your relationship with him is your relationship with him. Like, we're all adults here. But still at the same time, I don't expect, like, if I don't like this person doesn't like me. There's no need to speak for them, like, in no way, shape, or form. Just leave it at where it's at.
And that's why I had stopped talking to everybody. That's why I stopped talking to everybody, because when I had the thing at Tequila's, you know what I'm saying? They all knew that Andre was coming, except for me. I invited all of y'all here. This is my table. Y'all here to see me. If y'all have an idea that somebody I don't like is coming, as my friend, you should at least let me know. Since I don't have a problem. Like, I could sit in the same room with a girl I don't like. You know why? Because that bitch not going to touch me. You know what I'm saying? I can sit, but what you're not going to do, the Fisher King Payne don't like
Chasing Reality, LA. LA is the season that King Payne is on, but it's under Chasing Reality under YouTube. So you just type on the YouTube Chasing Reality, it'll pop right up. So subscribe. I'm definitely subscribed. Hit that bell. Go right over there. But that is where we are talking about. There have been 2 episodes thus far. There's another episode this week. So make sure you guys tune into that. But there's episode 1 and 2. So definitely go over there and get into that immediately. But that is what we're talking about, situations that stem from it. So if you haven't watched it, good, listen to us. Like, hopefully we can, encourage you to go over and try to figure out what we're talking about, like, and put the pieces together, so, but it's only been 2 episodes, so it's not much to catch up on. So it's an easy catch up, 2 episodes. So, so make sure y'all go over there and check that out. But right back, go ahead to you, King. Sorry.
Yeah. So, and I think that's what the whole thing was at the beginning, because there was a whole thing about, me, my personality being so big. A lot of people thought I was acting for the cameras. So when I would invite them out, they would do little things to see if, I'm the same person. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same person on and off camera. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to pretend. You know what I'm saying? So they had surprised me with Andre's presence that night, because they wanted to see if I was going to turn up like I did the night of Hamburger Mary's. You know what I'm saying? And I did. You know what I'm saying? And I did. I'm very predictable. Play with me if you want. You know, like, play with me if you want. Okay? I'm very predictable. Okay? I could damn it groove. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you what I would do before I do it. Okay? Like, stop playing with me. Shoot. So that's what happened. But I was a bigger person. I left that night, and I'm glad that I did, because it allowed people to see Andre for who he really is.
You feel he really is.
Well, they feel he really is. So who he really, like, I wasn't there. I didn't see. I left when he showed up. We had our words. I said, you know what? I'm not about to go to jail tonight. I grabbed my things. I paid my bill, and I left. You know what I'm saying? I let them have the table. You know what I'm saying? We was on Hollywood Boulevard. So I just walked Hollywood Boulevard a little bit. Some people called to check on me. Some people didn't. But at the end of the night, I got a phone call from Jayla, and she was telling me like, why'd you leave? Andre ended up cussing us all out. He tried to fight me. Jeremy had to break it up. When Jeremy growled at Andre, he calmed down. He was acting like a pussy. He didn't want to fight no man, but he was trying to fight Jayla, who's a trans woman. You know what I'm saying? So that night there was when I left, they continued to argue and bicker back and forth. So I'm glad that I left because they see who the messy one is.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were having a perfectly good time. Everybody was enjoying themselves. We was drinking, we was eating, listening to good music. There was vibes, and then he shows up, and then, girl, it's mess. There's no cameras here. It's nothing. Like, we all just met. Like, what are you here for? Like, you really want a problem with me? Like, you want a problem with me off camera? Like, are you serious? Like, girl, you better go sit down somewhere because this is not what you want.
Absolutely. So let's get into this next clip. Oh, my fault.
The way you look. So then I don't even do the whole manager contract thing. What I do is I teach artists how to be independent. It was really cool chilling with Jayla in the studio. I mean, it was kind of alarming to see her in the studio by herself because usually, you want some people to vibe off of or whatever. But, it was really cool to hear her story and to see, how she's pushing through and she's still chasing her dreams.
Oh, that was so sweet of you. Although she's like low-key fake. So are you her manager? Like, so I mean, not her manager, but like, are you like her artist development, if you will?
No, we're just friends. We tried to work together a little bit, but she has, kind of high standards, I would say. But yeah, she's very talented. We are very good friends to this, today. And I love her and I respect her. She's an awesome person. We do have our ups and downs, but that's what I respect about her because that's how you know that somebody really is your friend. Stop it, y'all. When you could because I be going off on her sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a little younger, but. I the type of person I am the type of person that can I'm very forgivable. Like I'm mad for a second. I don't hold no grudges. I don't be mad for a long time. I'll be mad for that moment.
So why you and Andre still throwing each other shade? What's the C? Why he tagging you in post?
Oh no, see that's beef. You know what I'm saying?
No. You said that you don't hold on to grudges. Oh. You said you don't do that. You just said that. What's
with my friends?
Okay. Okay. I was just saying.
No. Like honestly, like people that I really consider my friends, I don't really hold on to grudges. I feel like real friends argue. We like brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like, me and Jayla have formed a bond. We're like family. And,
I'm protective of my friends and you my friend. So I got my eye on Jayla. Like, I mean, the verdict's not out on her. I'm not going to say she's evil, or anything like that just yet. I'm not going to cuss her out, but I'm just saying,
what you've seen at the beginning in the first 2 episodes, you've seen the people trying to get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Just because Jayla met me and I'm such a cool person, that doesn't give me the right to, or that doesn't, I can't stop her from wanting to know the other cast members. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you're right, but she do need to shut the fuck up when the other cast members that don't like you is talking about you. Absolutely, you're right. She can talk to who she want to talk to. It doesn't mean that you need to know everything because you would be friends with those people if you wanted to hear. So, I mean, that's weird.
I was telling her because, and like I said, again, in her defense, she's very young, but I was saying those people that you want to get to know, if they wanted to be your friend, they would have got to know you that first day. They would have reached out to you that first day. By now, when we had this conversation, it was like 2-3 months into the show. I was like, girl, if they want to know you, we've been filming for months now. You know what I'm saying? They would have reached out to you. They would have called you. They would have sent you a text. They would have hit you up. You're not that hard to get in contact with.
Right. So you turn her right there at that point in time. You're trying to turn her against some people.
I wasn't trying to turn her against the people. I was just trying to show her that everybody is not for her.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you want to go hang out or whatever, go hang out. Just don't talk about me. You know what I'm saying? But what happened at Tequila's when she knew that Andre was coming and she didn't tell me, prove to me that she's not ready to hang out with the opposition like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, not both of us at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I gave her space. I was like, girl, if you want to hang out with them, you can. I just won't be hanging out with you.
Well, that's fair. I mean, because she wants to hang out with all of you guys. All.
Yeah, but at the time it just wasn't working. Like at first I didn't care, but it wasn't until it started to affect me. Like y'all bringing them to my events like surprising me. Like that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't until they did something, towards me to where I was like, okay, us all being friends like this is not gonna work if y'all gonna be pulling stunts like this.
Right.
And that's just on
period. With the ops, though.
Well, I don't believe that they hang out anymore, but to each their own.
Right. I mean, no, you're right. I mean, no, you're right. Okay, so we have another clip, the final clip, that I want to get into with you.
It's really cool chilling with Jayla in the studio by herself because usually, he wants people to vibe off of or whatever. But, it was really cool to hear her story and to see, how she's pushing through and she's still chasing her dream.
My name is Imani Van Zap, and I am here to help you fix your shit. Listen, Chasing LA, our third baby, and this is what you give us. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna break this down into 3 categories, okay? Things I like, things I loathe, and things we can learn, all right? Things I like. I think that the cast is absolutely beautiful. I think that the people that are on there are charismatic and infectious and can really get into our hearts. Unfortunately, because of the way that the show was filmed, I don't know much about you. Which brings me to things I loathe. Q, is this about the show or your new body? Looks like a thirst trap to me. King Payne, I love you. I think you have a wonderful personality.
Okay.
Gotta be honest with you though, okay? It looks to me like they wanted to get Armand Wiggins, who I'm sure is really busy, but they settled for one of his old friends instead.
Now, I like Imani. I'm not gonna lie. I like Imani Van Zap. I do. But I didn't like what she said right there. And like I didn't mind, like, I mean, if she's gonna throw shade, I mean, that's cool. But I don't like the fact that people always like connect you and Armand like that. It's like you two are both your own separate entities. So when people do that, like it always, to me, it adds like a pressure on Armand. To me, it's not really them necessarily throwing shade on you. It's more so them throwing a pressure on him that like he's responsible like for making sure you get to a certain place. And I feel like Armand got where he got. He feels like the same and has the same faith in you that you will do the same thing. So it's like I don't like when people like can't bring you up basically without saying his name. Like I don't like that. Like I don't like that connection because I feel like Armand grinds and does what he does. He is his own person and you grind and do what you do and you're your own person. When y'all come together and collab, it's always great. But at the end of the day, both of you are responsible for your own platforms. So I don't like when people do that. So it's just like one, from what I was told, Chasing Reality is a show that you have to audition for. Armand did not audition. So why would he even come up? It's not like Armand auditioned, he said no, so they chose you instead. Like, and that's kind of like what was given, like what she was given. So I don't think that she meant it like a shot to the heart. Like, I don't think Armand meant it that way. But I mean, it did come off that way. It did come off to me like a little harsh. Because it's just like, well, damn, you go from letting me know that my personality is this, yet to cloud it to say that, yeah, your personality ain't shit, compared to your counterpart. So it's like, I don't like that type of comparison. Like I said, she could have thrown any type of shades where she could have said, you're too extra, you're this, you're that. And I would have been all fine and dandy with that. But throwing Armand in there annoys me for the simple fact is you are you, he is him. You have nothing to do with him. Like he, ... When you choose to work together, that's the only time I feel like y'all names should be like linked. Like other than that, you're two separate people. So it's what does he have to do with that? Like that, it doesn't. So it's like a unnecessary shade. To me, it's like a thought through dig. Like that's something she thought of prior. I don't feel like that just came up within that moment. So really? How do you feel about what Imani said?
Well, I seen what Imani Van Zant said. And after the show, she had went live, and I went in underneath her comments, and um, what she had said, I went underneath her comments, and she had said something to the effect of, I'm drawing a blank right now. That is so crazy. It's the dust for me. Um, so yeah, let me just speak on the Armand thing real quick. Armand, didn't have anything to do with me auditioning. Okay. Oh, that's what Armani said. Armani said Van Zepp said that she is the voice of chasing reality. She's been doing it for years. She know everything behind the scenes, everything that goes on with chasing reality. Because I was trying to let her know, because she was saying some things were pretend, or she wasn't here for the acting. I was like, well, girl, I don't act, baby girl. I don't do nothing for pretend. You know what I'm saying? And Imani Van Zant been following me for years, so she knows exactly who I am. So it'd be funny to me when these girls that do the same thing that I do get up here and make like they don't know who I am. I don't know why they always do that, but you know exactly who the official King Payne is. So she made like, oh, she knows the ins and outs of chasing reality or whatever. And my whole thing is, if you know the ins and outs of chasing reality, then you know that Armand didn't put in no application. Armand didn't audition. No one reached out to Armand for no audition. Armand ain't had nothing to do with this process. Why are you bringing Armand up? The only reason you're bringing Armand up is because for clicks and views, for clout.
Right.
That's why you bringing Armand up, because of what he can do for the show. That's what you bringing him up. But in comparison, my personality is just as big, if not bigger, than Armand. So, girl, those type of comments don't get to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he has a bigger platform. Let's be very clear. The bigger personality, I don't know, but he does have a bigger platform. And he is one of my very good friends who I respect very much, and I'm proud of all his accomplishments.
Absolutely.
No shade. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of everything that he does. Like, he motivates me and encourages me, every day. So I love Armand. So, when people bring our names up in the same time, it doesn't really bother me because we do work together. You know what I'm saying? And we are part of the same team. So, if our names get mentioned in the same sentence in the same room, you know what I'm saying? So be it. We on our way up together. You know what I'm saying?
But don't belittle. That's what I don't like. It's like, don't try to belittle King Payne's accomplishments due to his affiliation with another person. So it's kind of like with Jaden Smith, everything that he's accomplished as an actor, don't throw all of that away just because his dad had a bigger career or has a bigger platform or has that. None of what does that matter? Jaden is still great. He's still accomplishing what he's accomplishing, and he's going to get to where he's going to get to in that career where he deems, as much energy he wants to put towards it. So it's like, there's no reason to do that. And,
my whole thing is,
I don't like it.
My whole thing is, if you're the voice of chasing LA, you've been doing this for years. You done it chasing Atlanta. You done chasing Dallas. Now it's the third segment. You would think that the therapist or whatever she's supposed to be would have more to say. Aren't you the one that's supposed to help us fix our shit? You know what I'm saying? So where is the advice? You know what I'm saying? Where is the therapy? Where is, like, you can, like, all the things that happened that transpired in episode 1, episode 2, you don't have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like maybe we need to find a new therapist. Somebody that knows how to deal with this type of crew. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's not set up for the LA type of vibe. Maybe she's only can do like the Southern, type of feel. You know what I'm saying? But this is LA. This is California. This is LA. This is the vibe.
Well, I mean, maybe a lot of people just had a lot of,
And who's to say that this show is supposed to be exactly like all the other shows? Nobody gave Q a handbook and said, you have to do this and that and this. This has to be exactly like the other seasons. There was no way that this season was going to be like the other seasons because we're not the same people. We don't live in the same area. The vibe is completely different. This is Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So, no, the show is not going to be the same.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was a little, I'm not going to say, I was a little disappointed in her because I was like, I wonder what she thinks, so, and then when it got to her, I was kind of let down a little bit, by what she said. And I'm not going to, it was kind of like the whole tone, like she disrespected like the whole show, like it wasn't just coming for you. It was just coming for the show, the creator, the producers. It was kind of coming for everybody. And I just kind of felt like that was a little distasteful. So to me, like if I was working for Chasing Reality, I wouldn't do that. Like even if
In
that.
her defense, I do appreciate her mentioning me and none of the other cast members because she didn't say nobody else's name that's on the
But
page.
that's the thing. Like that's what I said. Like no shade. Like even with me, like I can say in an unbiased way, watching the first 2 episodes, that you are the breakout star. And the reason to why I say that is because everybody knows who you are. Your name is still on the tip of everybody's tongues. Like regardless whether they hate you, like you, it doesn't matter. Like you are still being discussed. So out of all of the people, there are people that have caused scenes, but for some reason your personality, you are known, you have a presence on that show. And I think a lot of people have seen that like right out the gate. So that's why I feel like they're going to target the head honcho, the one, and it's the one that get the natural attention. So if you get attention naturally, and then on top of that, the people that notice that attention are starting to give you attention for that too, whether it's good or bad. You are, a force to be reckoned with, and people notice that. So they're going to come for you. If people didn't come for you, to me, that would just mean you're nothing to come for. Like you're not a threat. Like you're nobody. So for you to constantly be into it with somebody, that means somebody. Honestly, there's always a tone when you dislike someone, especially if you don't have an actual reason. So with you and Andre, what has transpired between the first, like basically just first episode, because he wasn't really on the second one, but with the first episode, what transpired between you two, he kind of like, let everybody know, like I'm that bitch. Okay, well, if you're that bitch, where are you? So with the second episode, with you having the pole dancing and him not coming to that, to me with Andre, that showed weakness. Because to me, I would have showed up. And I basically would have showed up and dared you to say something to me. Like, okay, you invited me. Okay, obviously, I don't like you. You don't like
I showed up to his event.
I would have.
I showed up to his event. I showed up to his event.
I would have been there. Even if I was a shady ass bitch and only stayed there for like 10, 15 minutes, didn't dance, didn't conversate or nothing, hair flipped and walked up out of there. Like, I mean, I still would have showed up. Like, I would have showed up to see, like, if you invited me here, what for? Like whether you want smoke or like whatever it is, you invited me to where you are. So I'm definitely going to show up. So to me, that was cowardly, of him, in my opinion. Like I would have been there and I would have dared you to say something to me. I'm here and what? Like, I'm like, what? Like,
shout out to Chasing Reality and shout out to Andre and them for all the shade because of the shade, Missy Elliott has started following me.
Here.
Little old me.
Must just kidding.
Okay, it just gets better and better. Now Missy Elliott is following the king. Missy Elliott and the official Kingpin are friends? Bitch. A pussy hoe could never. Okay? What they meant for evil, God turned around in my favor. Okay? Right. And he turned it and made it good. Okay? Now, I haven't really inboxed her or nothing yet, but if I inbox her, she's going to get the message. You know why? Because we follow each other.
And both of y'all gay. So she definitely don't get it. Period.
I wonder if Akon started following his daughter yet.
So is this like a forever beef? Like
girl, these videos going to be out forever?
So do you forgive Imani Van Zap for what she said?
What she said? Exactly. She didn't say nothing. That's the whole thing. She didn't do her job. Is she getting paid for that?
Well, she said more. I cut it short.
I know she said more, but the more that she said, she didn't give no. First of all, Chasing LA is not about Q and the power of 3. It's about the 10 new people that's joined into the Chasing Reality brand. Mm-hmm. Okay? So she needed to hone in on what was really going on. Okay? Like, she needed to really, maybe she ran out of time. I feel like she ran out of time, like, because I watch the shows too, and I'm entertained. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anything bad about it. Yeah, they're shorter, and people want more. To me, that's a good thing. Oh, you guys want more. Oh, they should have been longer. It's leaving you wanting more. Right. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, if we gave you an hour show and you was totally fulfilled and you wasn't ready for next week, then I'll be concerned. But it's 30 minutes. There's a lot of shows out that are 30 minutes long. Moesha used to be 30 minutes. The Parkers used to be 30 minutes.
37 minutes.
Yes, the last episode was 37 minutes, but there's a lot of shows, especially black cinema, that are 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that the producers and Q and Dario Chasing Reality did exactly what they needed to do with this. I think that they're showing, they can't show everything in 30
Right.
minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the videos, the episodes are doing what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel.
Yeah.
A lot of people was asking me how I feel about them portraying me as like the bad guy or the messy one. I just feel like somebody
I
had to play that
too.
role. But somebody had to play that role. It's a lot of times on YouTube I get that role too a lot. So I don't mind being called messy. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that I'm not. I'm direct. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you come for me, I'm gonna come for you. And that's just on Piriana. Now, if you call that messy, then so be it. Messy to me is, being
You,
judgmental.
you,
No,
you,
no. It's
you.
that judgmental stuff that Andre was doing in an underhanded shade. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
I
that's
feel like. That's
messy
mess.
too. But you were messy because he even told you to live. He said, I called you Missy Elliott and she's beautiful. Live. You should be living. You should
No,
live.
no, 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 no,
He
no.
said you should
It,
live.
it's the way that they cut it up.
He said
It's
that
the way
you
that they cut
should
it up.
live
But he was
though.
like,
He wasn't saying it disrespectful, King Pain.
he definitely said it disrespectful. He wanted everybody to know that he was being disrespectful at the table because when he said it, everybody was like, "Oh, that's a compliment. That's a compliment." Mind you, his question that he had was he was supposed to go around and say something he didn't like about everybody that he just met. So he was going around and he was saying something he didn't like. He got to me. He didn't like the trash bag. He said something about he already told me about I look like Missy Elliott, and then he was like, everybody was like, "Oh, iconic, legendary, Missy's everything." Woo, 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 blah blah blah. He was like, "Nah."
He said live.
He said, "No, the trash of it all." They cut that part.
Oh
But he was like, "The trash of it all. It's the
no,
trash
because
for
you
me."
said it. You said that.
I said it,
No,
but
that's
that's
what I
what
mean. You said it because he said it.
he said it.
So they
Yes.
even cut that too. So they wanted to make it look real,
Yeah, but I said it because that's what he had said when he had insulted me. He was like, "Oh, it's you look like trash." Basically, is what he said, and that's when it
But
went
that's
up.
what I'm saying. Even when they showed you saying the trash of it all, they didn't show where that stemmed from. They just showed you saying it. So like we're
Yeah.
thinking you talking about him. So like
Oh
that's
no.
the viewer. I'm watching it, and when you said the trash of it all, I thought you were talking about Andre.
No, I said that because that's what he said to us that day. He was like, "Oh no, I want you to know it's the trash for me. It's the trash of it all. He looks trashy. He's in the trash man."
So why? Who looks better? Who's prettier, Alicia or Jayla? Go.
No comment.
No, you have to answer, kid. You gotta answer. You gotta
You
answer.
cannot.
You gotta answer because I answer too. Hurry up.
Jayla.
Why?
Her hair.
Why?
Her body.
Whatever. So you're trying to be a good friend right now. Anyways, so I'm
actually friends with both of them, but I just know Alicia. She won't. Alicia's not gonna feel no type of way. But if I said the wrong thing, I will be getting a phone call right now. Shout out to Jayla, who's probably watching. Hey, boo girl.
So
She'll
that's
be calling me.
all. So that's all. Let me see you calling Jayla pretty.
No.
Yeah, Jayla. Look, you
No,
fake.
they're both
Jayla, girl, you
equally.
fake. He said
They're
the
both
whole
equally
said
yoked.
she's gonna be in
They're
your
both
movie.
equally. They're both equally yoked. I don't think either one is more beautiful than the other. I'm not attracted to women like that, so it don't really even matter. But you can ask me about these niggas. I'll break them down, girl. What's going on?
Period. Okay, so attractive to most unattractive. Go.
I think the most attractive on the show would have to be me.
Period.
And then period. And then Jeremy Copeland. Jeremy Copeland, he's cute. He's a cutie. Who'll be after that? Probably I would say D. Hawkins is a cutie too. And then we would go maybe Fran, Hershey, Quan, Andre, Fly King. Yeah,
Oh,
something
so
like that.
you think that Andre looks better than Fly King?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be shady. Okay, so I think the whole cast is attractive. I think all of you, like everyone, I think the
Girl, no,
trans.
you were supposed to order them like I did.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. They're all everybody's attractive. I don't think it's not. I don't think there's anybody on the cast that I would say that's ugly. I wouldn't. I think
No,
everybody.
I don't think that nobody's ugly, but you asked me to put them in order.
What about it?
I just saying you wanted an order.
And you
So
did a good job. You did.
okay.
I think you did a good job. Um,
So
I
too.
think both of the trans women are beautiful. Both of them.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Alicia has a really nasty attitude. I think she needs to fix that. But like other than that, she seems like a nice person.
She definitely comes around. I will say, continue to watch. She comes around, and you know, I wanted to say this earlier. So the reason I was being shady with Jayla in the studio with about Alicia is because at that time we wasn't friends. Alicia, like Andre, chose not to like me right off the bat. And I mean, if you interview her, she'll probably tell you why. But she said that she just thought that I was going to be messy or whatever.
She
So
was
she
right.
didn't like, huh?
She was right.
Shut up. Well, she didn't like me at first, and she just chose not to talk to me. And I was wondering why, you know. And there was some point during the show where I addressed her about it, and she was just like, "Oh, I thought you would get the hint." I was like, "Bitch, I don't read subliminals. I don't know what. I don't, you know, if you don't like me, bitch, you have to tell me." And then she was like, "Oh, well, I just thought you would get the hint." I said, "You know what? You don't ever have to worry about me saying nothing to you else again ever in life." And we didn't talk again after that until Andre's event. So y'all just stay tuned for that.
Oh, we
I'm gonna have to come back and talk to you after
you
that.
are because you already know I'm watching every episode. So when is the next episode airing for the audience?
Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay.
Absolutely. So y'all have any questions for King Payne? That was my interview. What I could ask because there's only been 2 episodes, y'all. So it ain't like we could get in. You know, we will go because especially after the finale, like the reunion, we definitely got to have King Payne come back so that we can get into because then we can get into.
Girl, if I'm not in jail, look, if I'm not in jail,
no, you're not gonna be in jail, King Payne. You gotta be. Because the reunion,
they already be contacting authorities about me, girl. I'm like, what is I'm doing to these people for them to be contacting the authorities and telling them things like, girl, what am I doing? I'm over here getting this money up off the floor, not worried about I'm not worried about none of these hoes. The producers always be asking me, oh, who you don't see, like who can't come, like who can't come. I'm like, girl, all of them could come. Ain't none of them gonna press me. And I promise you, ain't none of them gonna press me. Every event that I had, I invited everybody. Everybody could come because, like I said, Ann Ho won't press me, and that's just on period. And I just want to say one last thing because my assistant is over here talking about. Make sure I tell him about Andre. So like I said, ain't no bitch gonna press me while Andre making like he's so big and he's so bad and he's so this and he's so that. We was at the last green screen that we went to, girl. If he's so big, he's so big. Why he had to have security walk him to? He had everybody on production and the security when I showed up walk him to his car. Well, not even to his car, to his Uber because he very much so don't own a car. He very much so catches lifts and Ubers. But he had them all walk him out, and I'm just thinking like, girl. If you know, if I'm the one that's so pressed, what are you doing all of this stuff for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even checking for you, Miss Mamas. And then, so mind you, it wasn't my time for screens yet. So I was just like, okay, let me go get something to eat. The production and the producers made me stay until he was gone, like 30 minutes. Like, bitch, ain't nobody about to chase down his raggedy ass Uber. Like, you really think that I'm about to, like, I'm not checking for him. I do not, like, are you serious? Like, are y'all serious? Y'all really think that I'm about to go after the lift? Y'all really think I'm about to chase down his Uber? The only bitch chasing Ubers is Andre. And that's just on period. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody checking for him. I don't know why he making like it's this and it's that. But it's not. Like, some of these girls, I don't know what it is, but I feel like they just want to be into it with me. They just want to be into it. There's nobody else to be into it. Nobody else is going to get the numbers that the official King Pain gets. Nobody else is going to shake the room like the official King Pain. Nobody else is going to make this show lit like the official King Pain. So that's why they all come from me at some point.
Absolutely.
Okay. And you know what I'm saying? I'm realizing exactly what Armand said. I don't have no friends. These girls are not my friends. Just like Hershey that day, we was friends. We cool. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my girl. Like I was like, girl, I won't let anything happen to you. You know, because the girls may come for you because you're a little smaller. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the liquor or what. We hung out several times after filming. You know what I'm saying? Before the show aired. Never did she have a problem with me. Never did she bring up the drag queen comment. Now that the show is out, she's tagging me in posts. I asked her to hit me up today. She ain't hit me. She ain't responded to me. She responds to all my messages. All of a sudden, when the show airs, you have an issue. Like, girl, I'm not here for the fake love. I'm not here for the fake beef. I'm not here, girl. I'm not addressing that because you didn't have no problem. I'm direct. If you didn't have no problem with it when I said it, then what the fudge you gonna have a problem with it now 6 months later? It's 6 months ago. Like, get out of here with that. Like, I don't have time for that. Move on. Have several seats.
Well, did she know that you said what you said? Is that what the problem is?
I said what I said. I said it to her face. She was sitting right next to me when I said it.
You want to read those comments?
What comments?
In the chat.
I can't even see that, girl.
Of the show. I'm talking about of the show. People were side-eyeing you, King Bang.
They were side-eyeing me, but I'm glad that, see what happened was it's the way that they're editing because it was it's a little bit of backstory to that, but I was asking her. I had asked her because mind you, they were being boring at the other table. The producers were moving me around because of my energy, and I was so they was like, come over here because these girls are being boring. So I went over there and I talked to Hershey and stuff, and we had already had the conversation about the drag queens and how much money they make and all of that. So then when I got the question, if you go and check the footage, it's a whole different scenery. It's a whole different table. We moved tables. They put the tables together and we have to move. Go back and check and see where Hershey is sitting, see where Quan is sitting, see where Elisa is sitting, and see where I'm sitting. Okay? And then when we move tables, I got the question who I don't see it for. And because I was trying to be nice, I wasn't trying to offend nobody there. Because I'd already had the conversation with Hershey, I asked her, I was asking her, does she do anything else in LA? Because, I've worked with drag queens for many years. I did the production, promo work for Club Climax. They have a Dragalicious show. And, I did all the video work and all the promo, did the photo shoots, all that stuff. So I seen the money hit the floor. So I was like, this is LA. Is there anything is there anything else that you do? Do you have a 9 to 5? Like, what else is it that you do? Like, how are you paying your bills? Because she said that she lives by herself. So I was like, she was like, no, all I do is drag. And I was like, oh, okay, you guys make a lot of money. That's a question. Question mark. I'm not passing judgment.
Now, Hershey's the one that was in that Dirty Park?
Yes, okay. Yes, yes. So that's not me passing judgment. That's me asking a question. Do you make a lot of money doing that? They even have it in captioned out in the episode if you go watch it. Hershey's response was no. That's her opinion. Her opinion is that drag queens don't make a lot of money. Don't push your own insecurities off on me.
You said that motherfucking shit.
Go back and watch the episode. I urge you to go back and watch the episode. She said that. I asked the question. She said no. I made
Hershey girl. Hershey.
She said no.
You ain't make $11 at that park, girl.
Ooh, my.
Girl, you tried it, girl. First of all, it was trash everywhere. Let's start there. Second of all, the roll was the girl. You almost fell, girl, with them heels. And second of all, girl, we ain't gonna make it seem like you ain't make $7.57 at that goddamn park. Like, girl, you tried it. I didn't see a 10. I didn't see a 5. I saw ones, girl. So
and that video, That video with the dollars was my own footage that I sent to the producers.
Girl, it was more money on the floor after when y'all was stripping. Well, I mean,
It
when y'all was
was.
doing the dancing. Like, it was more money on the floor.
Like I said, she was the one who said that. She was the one who said that. I won't say that we make a lot of money. We make cute coins. Coins.
Drag
She
queens
said that.
make a lot of money. She's just not one of them from what I saw.
Well, that's what she said. That's what she said. So my whole thing is, why do you feel some type of way now? These were your words, not mine.
Mm.
But I mean, if you want to push I don't mind being the bad guy. I've been this way my whole life, girl. Like you can't tell me who I am. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with drag queens. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know, did she have a permit to do that?
One of my best friends is a cross dresser. One of my closest friends is the cross dresser. Lives her life as a woman, but calls herself a cross dresser. So I don't have no problem with the boys dressing up. I don't have a problem with the female impersonator. So don't try to make it like
an impersonator, not trans.
Percy is just an impersonator. She's not trans. So don't make it like I have a problem with the drags at all. I was just trying to see how else you make your money. We're here to see what everybody does. Am I not right?
You had a problem with that drag.
No, I don't have a problem with Hershey. I was there to see what everybody does. So I'm here to see what everybody's chasing.
You didn't say that drag queens don't make money?
I did not say that. Go back and watch. I asked a question. I said, do drag queens make a lot of money?
So that's not shade insinuating that they don't. I haven't asked a question that they do in the first
place. Well, I mean, was she the one that said no?
Oh. Okay.
She said no. She said no. That's what she said.
Well, then why is she pissed off?
I don't know, because maybe she watched the clip and felt like she looked
editing again, King Pain.
Yeah, maybe it's the editing. Oh. I don't know why she feels the way now. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I tried to reach out to her. She didn't respond. So I don't know. I've reached out to her.
Okay, I'm gonna just break it down. Okay, Hershey. The only thing that I don't like about her is that she's trying to make everything so peaceful. Girl, you on a show of drama. Like, this is what happens here. Like, I really don't get it. It's kind of like going to the beef sector and mad because there's beef. Like
the girls, the girls be peaceful in your face, but then want to drag you on green screen.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like, okay, I mean, you're here because you're low key like a mean girl. Like, I mean, most of these type of realities are going to be strong, dominant personalities. So when it comes to that, I mean, you just got to match the energy in the room. If you can't ship up, then ship out. There's plenty of people that leave the seasons and live.
I'm not going to smile in your face and then go and drag you on green screens. Like, what sense does that make? Like,
but you shouldn't try to go be peaceful on green screens either. Try to make it seem like when you see behavior, that it's just like, oh, you guys ought to be ashamed of yourself. Until somebody said something to you, and then all of a sudden you're displaying said behavior, and you feel like it's okay, because you're not that type of person normally. Like, yeah, no, like this is what this is for. Not everybody's going to be, drama or dramatic, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get pulled into it. So you can't be in a show like this, like, oh, well, I don't understand why my name is being brought up. Bitch, it's a show. Like, why wouldn't your name be brought up? So it's like, I don't like the holier than thous until you say something to me.
Yeah, I got into that during the show too, because people was like, oh, don't talk about me. I said, this is a show. I don't care who talk about me. You know what I'm saying? You all can talk about me, but you better watch what you say. And that's just on period.
And that's why I'm getting security.
That's why he getting security. I'm gonna have my own security too. I'm gonna bring out all the thugs to the reunion, girl. I'm gonna bring out all the Bloods and the Crips. Play with me if you want to.
I need you to be nice,
girl. I know the real thugs. I don't need security. Okay, I don't need security at the club. I'm gonna come with my thugs.
You don't need to be running there with all them damn trades and all of that. Okay, go in there and be nice, King Pang.
Girl, I'm gonna have at least 2 or 3 trade up in here. Okay, on period, because if they come for me, girl, we're gonna knock these hoes out. We're gonna knock these hoes down, and that's just
usually people traveling in Ubers don't start fights.
Yes, because they're gonna have to run away from the fight.
Right. You usually start a fight when you have a car. I'm just saying,
She better show up in the car that day.
Not fight. You got to hit up a Uber. Look for the call out. That's too much. So I mean, most people that is gonna start a fight or has a ride. already.
Okay, I'll be very surprised if she show up to a reunion. She probably be one of those girls that you got to put on a projector screen, make like she too busy to show up because she don't want to get her ass whooped. Uh huh.
So you
Yes.
trying to throw hands?
Well, girl, if that's what they want, they've been hitting me up like they want the hands. I didn't drop the location. I'm like, come get these.
You
This is not what
paid.
you want. This I don't know why. I'm the same person on YouTube, off YouTube, all the time. Like this is me. If you want these hands, you can catch these hands. Very much so. Very much so. These girls don't want the hands. That's what they don't want. That's what they don't want. They want the drama. They want the mess. They want the clicking views. They want the attention. They want to be the fan favorite. They want to be the HBIC. They want to be the queen. All of this stuff. Like I don't claim those things as, oh, this is my position. I claim that this is who I am. I'm a king in my own right. I'm
But
not walking through to take nobody's crown.
You gotta explain it. You be walking in the room like I am that bitch. I am the king, Pain, like the one and only. So when you walk in like that, you just gotta own it, like you do. Like you
There's
do.
only one king Pain.
Right. So you can't change that to everybody's the king and a queen. No, you said you the king. So that means they the king. So people gonna try you just because you said it. It's no different than somebody walking into a room and say, I'm the baddest bitch. If it's somebody else in the room that feel like they're the baddest bitch, their head is gonna turn like, what? So I mean, it's that simple. It's no different than the Bad Girls Club. The first day, everybody trying to see who the toughest, who the one that's unfuckwittable. Who the one that can't be checked. They're like it's what they do. So it's the same thing with y'all. It's a dog eat dog mentality. That's why everybody started being shady. Everybody started, even I'm sorry, see, that's why I said people's names escape me. But the Kim Kardashian, what's his name?
Fran.
Okay, so the turn up, I felt completely unnecessary. Like I'm all for somebody like coming for somebody and turning up like that, like with that energy, if it's warranted. If it's just somebody say basically like the slightest thing to you. Because what's the energy towards Jayla at that point, or Alicia? It was Alicia, wasn't it?
It was towards Alicia. Fran has some energy towards Alicia because Alicia, what's it called? Didn't identify him.
Right, correctly. But you identified her as a boy or a gay boy or whatever instead of like.
I don't even know what her pronouns is.
Yeah, well, I mean, but still at the same time, I mean, just because you twist your neck and stuff like that, I mean. So I didn't understand that. Like,
well, maybe it's because she got a fake booty.
Because I would have identified like no shade, but like how Alicia identified him, I would have identified him the same way.
Well, I think it's because she got her booty done that she feels like she's
Which one?
Fran. She got a booty.
Oh, fun.
Yes.
So hair flip. So yeah. So I didn't understand where that came from. I'm like, where is all this energy coming from? Like that's kind of like why Andre. Like that's why I said I was disappointed when he came at you because it just seemed unnecessary.
It was very unnecessary, and I was disappointed too. I was disappointed that he came from me. I was disappointed that I have to go off on him, but it just had to happen because, girl, you're not gonna be doing this all season. You're not gonna do this another day, okay? Because if you do this again, it's gonna be me and you.
Right, you are not.
No, I am not to be played with
right now. Let's end this. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna let you know. You could do all that because he was doing it to the other people and they were letting it go. You know what I'm saying? They were letting it go. Several times did he go by and he said little catty shit to other people, but you're not gonna do that with me. You can do that with them. I don't care what you do with the other cast members, how y'all get along, what they accept, what they put up with, but I deals with no shit. I'm not the shit scooper, okay? You're not going to come over here and think that you're going to shit on me, okay? We could be two very powerful people in the same room, or we can be the two motherfuckers going at it, whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever come for me, I'm gonna react, and it's just on period.
And that's on period.
And I don't even know who you are. She's talking about she's my favorite stylist. And I'm just like, why would my stylist need a stylist? Like, just make it make sense. You out here living your dream styling the stylist? Why would my stylist need a stylist? They don't need no help picking out clothes. They don't need no help folding and washing my shit. Go sit your raggedy ass down. Making like you something that you not. A lot of these girls got onto the show acting like and trying to portray like they something that they not. You know what I'm saying? Fran got on the show and she had less than 300 followers on Instagram. And she was saying that she's the model. Girl, you are no model. She didn't have not one modeling picture on her Instagram. 300 followers and not one modeling picture. She has over 1,000 followers now. But they didn't come from chasing reality. She went and bought a subscriber package. But my whole thing is, Frank also got into the show talking about she makes $100,000 a year. Ooh. You make all of this money and you go buy the cheapest subscriber package. I mean, you could at least did like some of the other girls and got you a 10,000 subscriber package. You know what I'm saying? But the Official King Pain, I don't do the fake subscribers. I don't do the fake likes, clicks, and view. Everything you see is organic or original from me. I'm not buying no followers. I'm not buying no likes. I'm not buying none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always say, if once you start buying it.
Fran bought this package?
Fran absolutely bought a package. She bought something.
She gonna whoop your ass.
Girl, let her come do it. She lives right around the corner from me.
King Pain, like... So what's y'all beef? No, never mind, because we're gonna.
I don't have no beef. My beef with her is that she's up Andre's ass. Okay, she's all the way up Andre's ass, and she can't even see her own face.
So it's Jayla. So it's Jayla.
No.
Why? So it's Jayla.
It may look like that right now, but you guys are gonna have to keep watching for the rest of the team.
Keep watching. Showing the
There's a lot of tea right there.
Yeah, you tried it. Yeah, so because we got her eye.
Keep your eyes on everyone.
Yeah,
Keep
I got my eye.
The show moves. What I will say, the show moves very fast. The beef moves very fast. You know, it's I don't know. It's almost we've been saying this since the beginning of the season. This season feels like the Bad Girls Club. Chasing LA feels like the Bad Girls Club. I have one of my confessionals where I was in my confessional. I was saying like, this is the Bad Girls Club, you know, because everybody is arguing, everybody is fighting, and it's all petty. But we're all also working, and we're all also chasing, and we all also are very talented. Right. So it's like you want to watch. Like I was watching. I'm having a watch party on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm about it. It's fun. Like it was so awesome filming and being a part of it, and just amazing watching it back and knowing that we did a good job. It's good. It's good.
And everybody's so critical already. I'm just like, I feel like we need to chill. Like this is the beginning of the season. Like it's the first 2 episodes. Like give it some time. You know, before it's just, so harsh. You know, a lot of people are really like harsh on it already. I'm just like, give it some can it the 2 what the fuck? Like, do you expect fireworks to like chill out? Like give us
all the beef is real, all the drama is real, all the fights are real. That's what I will say. None of it was fake, none of it was rehearsed, none of it was talked about. It was just random. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all totally
you want to know if you cry on this season? Do you cry on this season?
A pussy hoe could never.
Oh, he said the audacity.
I don't cry in real life. Okay, this is a period. I was gonna get on the show cry. Bro, I was live the other day, and I started to feel a tear coming down my eye. It was episode 1 when episode 1 came out, because a lot of people passed this year. Shout out to Antoinette Sims. She's an angel now, but I know she's watching over me. Shout out to my grandfather, Aaron Posey. He's an angel, but I know he's watching over me. But these are 2 people that I wanted to be here for this. These are probably 2 of the people who inspired me the most, who looked up to me the most, not looked up to me, who motivated me the most, and who told me that, I could be whatever that I want to be, just they were everything to me, you know what I'm saying? Like they just, someone, like when you're young and someone telling you that you're a star, you could be a star, you meant to be this and you meant to be that, you hold on to that, you know what I'm saying? And even when things don't seem like, they're ever going to happen, you hold on to those things. And now that, some of the stuff is starting to come to fruition, it makes me feel sad that, I can't enjoy it with the people that believed in me from when I was a child. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that I did cry a little bit on my own Instagram live. like it was a second. As soon as that tear started to drop, girl, I see y'all later. I was like, I'll see y'all later. Okay, I'm here. Y'all cannot see me cry because that is not cute.
Right, because you mean. Like, the mean girls don't cry. So it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely don't cry.
But
Crying don't solve nothing.
I'm so excited for you. I think that the season has been lit so far. You are definitely the breakout star, like, of the season. Thus far, I don't know what the rest of the season has in store, but whatever it does thus far, you are definitely, like, it's like King Pain, and then you start talking about everybody else. So it's like, that's how I feel, from
the producers have been telling me that from the beginning of the show. They was like, "Oh, you the breakout star, you the breakout star." That we got to make sure you right, King, because you gonna be the one that everybody gravitates to. I was like, me, because I really came on the show. Like I said, I didn't know who they had, but we YouTube content creators. A lot of people don't really big us up like that. So when I came into the show, I was thinking that I was going to be the underdog and I was going to have to get in where I fit in. And that just that's not what God planned, and that's just on period.
Right. Period. Well, we are so excited for you guys. Make sure y'all tune in this Thursday. Okay, front and center. Now, you having a watch party? Are you doing that on YouTube or at your lounge?
I'm doing it at my lounge, the Lituation Room. Thank you for bringing that up. I opened up a new lounge in Northern California. If you guys are ever in the Northern California area, you guys come and check out my lounge, the Lituation Room.
I'm going to the Lituation Room, y'all. I got a little bit to do. I'm moving. As soon as I get this done, I'm going to the Lituation Room. So I'm trying to go for the next month or so. So if y'all trying to go, let me know. I'll meet y'all at the Lituation Room.
Yes, let's do a group. Let's do a group trip, group thing, a group event, or something. We could do whatever you want to do. Yeah. I got a space for it. Okay, I got locations all over. You know what I'm saying? So let's network. Let's link up. Okay, on period.
Period. Well, thank you so much, King Pain, for joining us. And your ass is coming back because there is plenty more. This season is going to be. I just got a feeling it's going to get way, way good. Like it's already good. It's just going to get better. So and we need to revisit this Jayla conversation because I don't know. I just got my eye on her. Just watch her.
Watch her. She's very talented.
So y'all need to make sure y'all tune in to Chasing Reality. Okay. King Pain is on there. He is everything. So make sure y'all check him out. He's branching out. He's doing more. That's why you haven't seen him consistently as much on YouTube because he's been doing this. This is a big project, putting this together, and the finished product is here. So make sure y'all go check it out because it is great. It is worth the watch. Like, trust me. So make sure y'all go check that out. And once again, shout out to Chasing Reality. Shout out to Official King Pain. Anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out to interview me. I really appreciate you, friend. Like I said, when we talked about this, that, my goal is to make these girls put some respect on us content creators, us YouTube content creators' name, because we the real movers and the shakers in this industry. Mm-hmm. We make shit lit. If it's not for us, especially not only just the content creators, but us as LGBT community. I don't appreciate what happened to Juicy J. Is that her name? I don't appreciate the things that going on with Saucy Santana and all the things of that nature. Because we're the ones oftentimes that make these musics and these songs and stuff crack, with the challenges and all that stuff, and they decided that they were not going to put Juicy J in the song. I hope I'm saying the name right, girl. And I just don't agree with that. I really don't. And that's just on period. Puriana to the period. So we're going to make these girls put some respect on our name as a community, okay, and as content creators.
What community?
The LGBT community.
I'm not affiliated with them people, and you kept bringing them up, so I just wanted you to speak because I don't know them.
Yeah. What people?
The community.
What? The LGBT?
I don't know them, so I don't want to be on the screen if you talk about them. I don't know them people.
My.
So yeah, King Pain was just talking about his community, LGBT barbecue. All of them people. He just talking about them. I don't remember what he said because I don't know who the fuck they are. So he said something about the community and all these gay people, all this extra gay shit. I Fuck all that.
Yeah,
So yeah, shout out to the official King Pay. We love you.
Period to the period. We're gonna have to talk about this LGBT stuff after the show. But as content creators, we do need to stick together.
As content creators, absolutely.
Yes, we need to
with the barbecue people.
Okay, over here. We need to go ahead and continue to shake the internet, to trend the internet, okay?
In the least gayest way as possible. Absolutely. So we love you, King Bang. I love you. We get up out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for coming so much. Shout out to Official King Payne for joining me. Shout out to all of y'all for joining us as well. I will see y'all tomorrow. I love you guys. And until then, oh my God, bye. Yeah. Hair flip. Yeah, I'm a badass bitch. I don't like it. Hair flip. Yeah. Oh my God. So you guys should be happy. Oh my goodness. Hair flip. But anyways, hair flip. Hair flipping on these hoes. Hi.